How will I memorize everything as a new restaurant worker? I spent 20 years in the restaurant business. First, take a deep breath. You should have a trainer for at least the first few days or so. If they are any good, you should learn what you need to know. Don't be afraid to tell people you are new. Repeat their orders back to them. Smile. Do your best. You'll learn the menu in your own time. But feel free to ask a customer to point it out to you on the menu if you're not sure. Don't forget the drinks. And keep an eye out for refills. I actually miss working in the restaurant, but my body just can't do it anymore. This is so endearing and adorable. You're gonna be fine. I promise you are just overthinking it. Pizzas are easy. There's like 5 or 6 standard toppings. You're gonna smash it. I'm rooting for ya. It's honestly like this with any job. No one expects you to be perfect right away. And they shouldn't expect perfection ever. Honestly, just do your best. You'll be fine. If it's something you need to know, they will tell you. And they will tell you how to either remember, or you'll have references, cards or signs to refer to. You may have never seen these as a customer, because they are often not in a location visible to customers. I've had jobs where I had to learn, memorize stuff. Take what you did for school and apply it here. However you studied for school. Do it now. You know you're starting in a couple weeks. Start learning the menu now. Write it down. Use flashcards as someone suggested if needed. Rewrite it over and over until you know it by heart. Same as studying for a test at school. Go there if you can before you start and try some of the menu items, especially the ones you're not familiar with. This way you can offer suggestions if asked. Learn the route to your work. Plan to be there a little early your first day if possible. It's better to be early than late. Of course you're new, so the staff should be helpful. You should be getting some kind of training. Definitely bring a notebook and pen. They may supply you with one. They may not. So it's better to bring one. Use your training to ask as many questions as possible to learn your job. They will be expecting it. Don't be afraid to tell people you're new. Almost everyone has been in your position at one point or another, and most will be understanding. Of course, in the service business, there will be jerks. Learn to brush them off. For every 20 people you serve, you may get one who's an ass. Concentrate on the other 19 who were nice. Most of all, just do your best. That's all anyone can ask. A good company will provide you with proper training and support. I promise. After a few weeks, you'll look back and smile at your nervousness. Good luck. Nobody expects you to know everything already. Just be honest with your coworkers and don't be afraid to ask plenty of questions. Someone who asks things is way better than someone who just wings it. 15 years in restaurants here. In a couple weeks you won't be able to forget what goes on what. It's like studying for anything else. Just put the time into learning it. 10 years from now you'll go in there and still know table numbers. Keep in mind, 1,000,000 people less capable than you have had their first days and have killed it. Deep breaths. Kill it. Tell customers you're new. In my experience, it makes them more understanding of you not knowing very much and more tolerant of mistakes. When I started my new job and made mistakes all the time, I just let customers know I'm new, and every time they're like, "Oh no, it's okay honey. You're doing great," grin. I've yet to have someone say they want to be serviced by someone else because I was new. Never hesitate to get a manager involved when encountering a difficult customer. They're there to help you in those situations. Good luck to you. Flashcards. Put everything you need to know on them and go through them one by one. If you get one wrong, start over. Keep starting over until you get them all correct 10 times in a row. Thinking as a customer that spends a short amount of time focused on the people you are with. And eating it can seem like a lot. Once you start working there, spending hours at a time, it will become second nature in no time. In high school, I said my way into being a short order cook at a diner in a downtown center built around the largest movie theater in a fairly large city. Between the one shift of training, having other coworkers pretty much always around, cheat sheets, and repetition, it became very routine in no time. And instead of having to focus on keeping all of the ingredients and cook times perfect for 8 different orders, I was able to prep other ingredients, talk to coworkers, talk to guests, and have fun all while cooking and not making mistakes. You'll probably be fine. It seems daunting at first, but eventually with time you memorize it without really trying. You're gonna kill it. Eventually your muscle memory will take over in the kitchen. You'll get comfortable and used to everything. Do your best. Take notes if needed. Ask questions and work hard. You're gonna smash it. You don't need to know everything on your first day. Hell, even the first couple weeks. I know it's a bit panicky if a customer asks, "What's on this?" Quote, but simply reply with something like, "I'm a bit new here, so I'm not entirely familiar with our menu quite yet, but I can go check and come back to you about that," and the customer will be very understanding. I've been at a restaurant for 7 months and still learn new things. So trust me, you don't need to know everything immediately. You'll be constantly learning every single day. A lot of the main and important things will stick over time. And things will probably also change while you're there. It's always a learning process. You'll do just fine. I was a chef for years. You will have a training period. Ask questions if you are unsure. Don't make assumptions. There should be someone there to help if you want to get a head start. Download the menu and have a read through. Good luck. Working in kitchens can be really good fun. You'll be fine. You can study their menu on their website before you start, and tables are usually numbered, so you'll memorize them in time. I haven't worked in a restaurant, but I did work on a retail bakery deli counter. I remember starting how overwhelming it was to remember every product and ingredient. Hams and cheeses all look the same to begin with, and when a customer simply says what they want and didn't point, I was lost. However, it came with time, and by a month or so and I had them all memorized. Also, a piece of advice is if you do get a little muddled, just be honest with the customer. I constantly apologized, asking if they could point what they wanted out, or wait a moment until I asked a colleague, as I was relatively new, and I never had a customer who didn't sympathize. Good luck. It'll come with practice. Everyone there was new once and understands the learning progress. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You got this. I worked in restaurants for over 20 years. If you're really stressed about it, make yourself flashcards. On one side with the menu item, on the other what's the ingredients. When you're at home, test yourself on a few menu items every day. I did this and it works. It's pretty scary, entering the workforce for the first time. I still remember how nervous I was. Like you, I freaked out, worrying that I'd be expected to magically know the ins and outs of the business before I even stepped through the door. What I learned was this: your coworkers want you to succeed. I've trained lots of people in my career, and I'll tell you now, my favorite are the ones that ask questions, take notes, and admit when they need help. My least favorites are the ones who act like they know it all, whether because they're arrogant or just afraid, and end up messing something up because they overestimated their ability to cope. Please, just ask. Ask for clarification if you've forgotten something or you're not sure. Ask for help. Don't be scared. An attentive trainee is awesome, and us oldies have fun teaching them. With your beau concerns, You will learn by repetition. The more you do, the more it will stick. As a chef, I would rather someone ask me 2 or 3 times, "What went on the lamb pizza again?" rather than wing it. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. We have all been the new guy and understand. As for pho, table numbers will either be listed on a map or should go in a fairly easy to memorize format, i.e. table 1 is back corner by door 2 to its right and so on.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.